Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everybody. This is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you in the month of December, since it is Christmas time and the holiday time, about The Haunting Hour, Season 4, Episode 10, Goodwill Towards Men. So this is the series finale of The Haunting Hour, and this show came out many years ago. And so originally, this was never supposed to be the finale. The creator thought that they would at least probably get like another season, but they didn't. And so most likely, they probably would have created this episode to be a heck of a lot more scarier. Because this episode is not scary whatsoever. It's just all right. And why did this show get canceled? Well, despite the show going down in quality after season 2 or midway into season 2, this show started to get very, very lame and very, very boring. But this show constantly kept getting renewed. When the Hub Network got bought out by, I forgot what the company that bought them. I think it was Discovery Kids or something like that. They bought them, and the new CEO just kind of like, I don't want this show. So they canceled it. And that's literally what happened. That's normally what happens when a new company buys out another company and stuff, or at least a network, a television network. If the CEO doesn't want that show, then they just don't want it. And that's what happened with Nickelodeon and I Am Frankie. I Am Frankie was a good show that lasted for 2 seasons. But they got a brand new CEO, and he just decided, I don't want this show. And so, like, this is a twisted Christmas episode. All the Haunting Hour Christmas episodes are twisted. But this is the second Christmas episode. The first one in season 1 is far more superior than this one. This episode is just okay. It's just all right. And it should have been a heck of a lot better, but it's so twisted. I just decided to talk about it. Plus, I haven't done a Christmas episode in a long time, so why not? And so this is supposed to teach you like a moral lesson and everything. It's kind of an adaptation of A Christmas Carol. And so basically, in this episode, you got a couple of like recurring The Haunting Hour stars. You have, I always say her name wrong at first. That's why I had to stop. Because I keep saying it with a Z and not a J. Joey, that's it, Joey King. I always want to say Zoe for some reason. Because I'm not used to hearing a girl named Joey. But Joey King, she was in the episode Seance. Seance is not a particularly good episode. It's all right. It could have been a heck of a lot better. The big twist cool part happens at the end. And basically with that episode, the reason why I don't like that is because basically is Joey King's character whining and complaining throughout the entire episode. Her family members, brothers and sisters, are trying to scare her and everything, and they tell her a ghost story. So basically, it's like that for the entirety of the episode until the last couple of minutes when she starts acting freaky like she's possessed by a ghost. But it turns out she's just joking, and she got the idea from the real ghost who happens to appear in the last scene, and that's literally it. It's not particularly good. Now, I like Joey King. She's cool. I like her acting. A lot of people don't like her for some reason, but she does really good in what she's in. So I don't know why people don't like her and stuff. And so, like, this was, man, it was back when she was an actual teenager and stuff. Because she's like 25 now and stuff. But, like, so she's recurring in this. The brother, I forget his name, but he plays Lyle. And this is his third Haunting Hour appearance. He was in Lights Out. He was in something else. I can't remember the name of it. And the dad, Tobias, I forget his last name, He was in that Flight episode, the one where he's like a corpse, a zombie type corpse, and so he's on the plane, and every time he denies that he's like a corpse and that he's dead, the plane starts to malfunction in the air and everything, and the passengers are scared, and death is on the plane, and that was an alright episode. And so, like, I don't recognize nobody else. But it is a take on a Christmas Carol. So basically, the Jordan family, Missy's family, that's the character Missy is played by Joey King. And so they are a very, very, very wealthy family. They're rich, they're stuck up, they are privileged, and they love their money, and they don't care who they put down. So you can kind of guess where things are gonna go. So there's like this pool boy, right? And his name is Jake. And so Jake is just a regular pool boy. He's poor. And Missy takes not necessarily a liking towards him, but she's kind and sweet towards him. She invites him into the house. She offers him some cookies, but her mom does not like that. She don't want no poor boy in her house. So she makes him straight up leave and everything. So Missy's just kind of like, how can you do this and all this other crap, right? Well, the next day he gives Missy a Christmas gift because, it's Christmas Eve and stuff like that. He gives her an angel. And so when she goes to bed at night, the angel she can see and everything, right? And then all of a sudden, the angel is life-size and is outside her parents' bedroom door, and then it has an X in flames marking the door. What could this mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like, okay, where are we going with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, like, this is kind of interesting. Then they wake up the next morning, they're in their home, and they start to open Christmas gifts, and then all of a sudden, a different family comes down. It's the family that works for them. It's Jake's family. And Jake's family is kind of like, what the heck are y'all doing in our home? I'm like, we hired y'all. Y'all are the hired help. And y'all break into our house on Christmas Day. Get out. And the Jordan family is kind of like, what the heck are you talking about? This is our house. We're the rich ones. Your family works for us. Like, what the heck is going on? So they call the cops. And all of a sudden, the dad can't find his wallet. Turns out that Angel, some type of it switched reality to where now, of course, the Jordans are poor. Talk about a punishment, man. So they're forced to leave the house by the police. It's so funny. I'm laughing because you have to watch this episode, right? As they're walking away from the house, the mansion and everything, they're walking as slow as possible, and the police car is driving behind them, and then he turns on his siren and honks the horn for them to speed up. Oh boy. And so, they are legit homeless. They're in their pajamas and they're out in the street. They're cold, they're tired, they're hungry. So the brother Lyles are he's gonna get himself some food no matter what it takes. So he steals from this food vendor type place. So while he's stealing food and everything, Missy, she sees the angel again, and she's the only person who can see it. And it's life size again. So she goes to them and begs the angel to help her family out and stuff. So the angel is nice and gives her some money, but only $5. And this does not look like a real $5 bill, by the way. But this is filmed in Canada, so they probably just printed it out. And she literally looks at that and she's all like, $5? That's all you can give my family? $5 after what you did to us? And I'm thinking to myself, girl, shut your mouth before that angel does something worse to you. And so she hears an argument, right? And it's her brother arguing with the food vendor. So, because he stole money, the dude's gonna call the cops. But then Missy goes over and gives him $5 and be all like, that the angel gave her and everything. And, she could have used that money for like something else, like go to Walmart and get yourself like something cheap to eat. But no, she decided, since her brother stole and it's wrong, she's gonna do the right thing. So out as they're out in the middle of the night and they're trying to keep warm through one of those like barrels that like shoot on that that's like on fire and stuff. She sees like a homeless woman that's really out of shape and like just down on her luck. So as her family's about to eat the food that Lyle stole, she grabs it and gives it to that woman. And they're pissed. They're all like, yo, that's the only food we got. Why are you giving it away? Now we're gonna starve. And she's all like, but this lady's so old and she really needs this more than us. So Missy is like the really generous one, like she's really kind, she's really sweet, she doesn't look down on nobody else. And she's willing to help other people knowing that she's privileged and has like a lot of money and stuff. Or had a lot of money. So I'm wondering, okay, where is this episode gonna go now? You know what I'm saying? Well, they wake up in the morning and then all of a sudden something weird happens. They're back in their old home. And as they're back in their old home, there's a weird twist. And now the angel has seen the kindness of Missy. It has decided to reward her and reward her only. And so, like, now the angel has warped reality to where Jake's family is still rich and still lives in the Jordan's home, but Missy now all of a sudden is related to them. And the Jordan family works still for like the Jake's family, but Jake's family decided to give them a Christmas bonus, for all the hard work they did. They leave the house and Missy's all like, I forget exactly what she said, but this is like, the best gift she could have ever gotten to get away from her stuck up, rich, spoiled family. I'm thinking to myself, this is a crazy twist. Like, literally, because she's so sweet and kind and everything, the angel rewarded her by keeping her rich, but now having her related to Jake. And she'll never see her family again. What kind of crap is that? And nothing really scary happened, nothing really spooky happened. There's no real monster in this episode. It's just kind of an off the wall type episode and just odd and everything. But it's interesting for like a Christmas episode. But the twist is so twisted and demented that, it's fascinating and everything. But it's a weird way to end the haunting hour. Because it started off so strong in season one. My God, like if you're able to find episodes of season one, like on YouTube, season one is so good. The first half of season two is good too. But then once they get to like after like what is that called? The Dreamwalker episode was probably like the last good like real episode. No, Dreamcatcher, that's it. Dreamcatcher. That was like the last good episode. And then they just started to fumble after that. And one of the reasons why they started to fumble, because I started to notice a pattern in this show and other horror shows that directed to teens and kids. And that is, there's always a moral lesson. The episodes will start off great, but then they'll hit you with a sappy moral lesson where you're supposed to learn something and it will end completely flat. And I'm just like, when you're watching horror, you don't want to learn nothing. You just want to be scared. Bah humbug, that was a good episode. All right, everybody, I'll talk to you later. Bye.